як протікає цей процес. І говорити ми будемо з Данилом Клехом, керівником виконавчого комітету самооборони Майдану і речником Центру підтримки добровольцям. Та до нього доєднається Юрій Чижмар, Товариство сприяння обороні. Дякую.
Добрий день.
I'm Danylo Klekh. I'm the chief of Executive Committee of Self-Defense of Maidan. You know that according to order number 2 of Self-Defense of Maidan, all our volunteers, all our participants now are transformed into the format of battalions. Now, with the participation of the volunteers of self-defense, we have 22 battalions created. Half of them are now participating in ATO, anti-terrorist operation. From the beginning, the self-defense has been supporting them and helping them financially, in legal terms. Now, the headquarters of self-defense made the decision about creating the Center of the Support of Volunteers to improve all that activities. Because we have more and more volunteers that want to join battalions, there's more need to support them and to coordinate their activities. And also there's need to coordinate the volunteer groups which are also helping these battalions. So the tasks of that center are the following: coordination of the process of creation of the activity and the support of volunteers' activity, coordination and administration of the self-defense units which help activity of these battalions, creation and development of the centers of preparation of volunteers, training centers. Yuri Chizmar will add to that, and he will join us. Also, rehabilitation and medical assistance to volunteers after they return from the warfare. Another task is the information support to battalions and also coordination of activities of volunteers who help battalions. So now I will give you the number of the hotline, the Center for Support of Volunteers. You can call here if you want to help battalions. The participants of ATO can also call our center, and they will get answers to all questions they have. That is my major statement, so maybe you have questions. Now the questions, please. I want again to ask, what will the center be doing? As you know, there are many groups of volunteers who organizationally and materially help battalions. Talking about help to battalions, help to volunteers, the help to volunteers, because there's some opposition from the state to these battalions, and that is why the Center of Support is like an advocate for the idea of the battalions of volunteers. Who will be you defending from what? For example, can you give us an example? What was the problem? Why you set up the center? And maybe there will be some other problems that are to be addressed. These problems We saw in the very beginning of creation of battalions, for example, those who were in the first battalion, they were asking the questions about their status. The issue with the status has been resolved. The parliament resolves all these issues. Some legal issues. Maybe they have problems with work, with employment, or with loans that they had, credits, or with some, they're like military card. Also, there are questions about medical support. There are many groups that are non-officially registered, but they actively participate in NATO as partisan groups, and we also support such people. So you will have experts, lawyers. The center is not just this call center, this hotline. Yes, we will have people who are experts in different issues. And now I call upon all people, all volunteers to join our initiative, and so that we can do it all together. Could you please tell how many people are there in self-defense of Maidan who are now at Maidan, and what is their function today? I cannot answer your question. This question is not related to my statement. Now, most of people of self-defense of Maidan who were here in the end of February, they now participate in 22 battalions. They are now in 22 battalions, which are set up under the Ministry of Defense, Ministry of the Interior, and 2 battalions of the National Guards. Now there are some groups of people left at Maidan who execute the function of protection of some or guarding some strategic facilities, objects in Kiev, and also they accompany some cargo that we send to the east. And the hundreds around the Verkhovna Rada, they are near Verkhovna Rada, near the Cabinet of Ministers. Sometimes they work together with militia. So basically, their functions coincide with the functions of militia. These people are now moved to the Ministry of Interior. Those people who are near Verkhovna Rada, these are former volunteers of self-defense of Maidan. Now they gained the official status. I believe that's Kiev too, probably battalion. We could not hear. Cannot hear. This hotline, it's operating already. Has anyone called? That's the first announcement about our call center. How many people will you have there? I cannot tell you that that's 24-hour hotline now. When we have more phone calls, we will develop this center. Now, our volunteers are responsible for that hotline, and from morning till evening, they receive calls. If needed, we will expand the call center so that we can provide answers to all the questions, and we can resolve all the problems. Thank you. All the best to you, fruitful work to you. What you are doing is really needed. There's a lot of information. There are many requests, many questions from people who serve in the battalions. So come back to us with the information about how the center develops. Thank you. I will show it again. The number is on the screen. Thank you. Thank you. See you.